You may have many years of experience operating hydrants and abstracting water, but do you really know the impact you can have on your network? Today's training offers the only online interactive experience for those operatives who want to work in a safe and legal manner when using the water network. If you are abstracting water from the network, this training is for you. This course will teach you about the transient surge effect and the correct tools and precautions used to eliminate this risk. You will be reminded to keep safe, keep the network safe, and keep other users safe. Remember, water is precious to us all, and we all draw from the same well. At the end of this presentation, you will be required to answer a series of interactive questions based on what you have seen today. After successfully completing the course, you will receive a CALM Network training card as proof that you have competently understood the training and are authorised to abstract water from the network.
Water industries in general, in conjunction with universities, have been looking for some time at transient surge in water networks. Causes for these surges have been attributed to a variety of activities, such as valve operation, hydrant operation, pump starts and stops. These surges have been very difficult to capture until recently, but developments in technology have allowed purpose-built training facilities to be made available at water companies. These facilities have enabled staff to be taught new techniques to minimise the effect of surge caused by their actions.
So before we go any further, let's recap what's been covered so far. A transient surge is caused when there is a sudden change in water pressure. This causes rapid fluctuations in pressure with peaks and troughs throughout the water network. This ripple effect has the potential to increase the pressure by as much as 3 times when compared to the normal operating pressure. Transient surges have been attributed to a variety of activities, including valve operation, hydrant operation, pump starts and stops. These transient surges can result in burst pipes, cross-contamination, complaints of dirty water, and pollution to the watercourse caused by water escaping from the burst pipes. But, as we demonstrate in this film, transient surges can be easily eliminated if the CALM network methods are employed.
Before we look at the training, here are a few amateur clips of burst mains. As you will see, they can be quite dramatic. What isn't evident is the effect this has on water quality, where widespread discoloration can be caused throughout the network. Here we have an incorrect way of how to operate an hydrant, perhaps how you would currently operate one. Note the spike on the screen, which is capturing the surge effect. The pressure in the system can increase threefold at this point, causing potential damage and discoloration. You will notice the ripple effect, which means the surge is not just a single action, but an ongoing factor until the system settles down. Here we see use of specifically designed equipment to assist in slowing down the operation. This also assists with minimising back strain and muscle injury, as a correct posture is always achieved, irrespective of the depth of the hydrant. closure of the hydrant is critical and is a reverse operation of the opening. Notice the calm effect this has on the screen. A risk assessment should be compiled before erecting any standpipe. Have you got the relevant PPE? Have you got safety barriers? Have you got the correct equipment? Also, environmental considerations should be made. Where is any wastewater going? It could be a criminal offence should the water enter a watercourse. On collection of the standpipe, have you confirmed with the appropriate authorities your intentions to use it? Some water companies may give specific instructions. However, you may also need to inform the local highways authority if erected in a traffic sensitive area.
Here's a quick recap of what we've seen. When using a standpipe, you should take the following steps. Carry out a risk assessment. Check with the water service provider for a list of permitted washouts to abstract water. Check that you have the correct proprietary tools to carry out the task in a professional and safe manner. Make sure your working environment is safe. Use cones and barriers where necessary. You may need to contact the local highways authority if you are working on the highway. Always use the appropriate PPE.
Use lid lifters and clean out any debris accumulated in the chamber that could restrict access to the hydrant. Remember, never put your hands into the chamber. There could be discarded needles in the silt. It's a quite common way to dispose of them. Use proprietary tools to remove the debris. Sometimes the chamber may be full of water. There is means of removing this by using a hog pump. Once prepared, just slightly open the hydrant, just to empty the contents of the bowl. Once complete, we recommend you use a chlorous solution spray on the outlet and base of the standpipe to minimise any contamination risk. Now carefully open the hydrant using the method shown. Never fully open the hydrant, as it will obtain sufficient water without doing this and will minimise any chance of discoloration. Once you have finished using your standpipe, you must replace the lid and leave the site tidy and remove any debris from your activities.
So, let's recap what we've covered. When working on a hydrant, remember to use safety lifting keys to remove the cover. Never put your hands in the gully. Stay safe and use the correct proprietary tools to clean the hydrant. Use a hog pump to remove any water. Sterilise the hydrant and the standpipe before use. Open the hydrant slightly to flush out any contaminants. Use the CALM network key and Tommy bar. Always open and close valves very slowly to eliminate the risk of a transient surge. And leave your working area clean and remove all debris after use. Following these CALM network techniques, will ensure you are working safely and within the law.
Here we see a traditional method of wet testing. You will see the surge effect is captured by simply putting a gauge on the system. The movement of the needle back and forth mimics what you previously saw on the Calm Networks rig. In certain circumstances, you may be allowed to use a large diameter stamp pipe. This shows use of a stamp pipe in common use with the fire and rescue services. Remember, the larger the stamp pipe, more critical is the speed of operation. It is worth noting that in an emergency situation, operating hydrants too quickly could cause bursts and potentially restrict your availability to extract the amount of water you need. Adopting the new Calm Networks technique by operating slowly, you can see the effect this has by the smooth movement on the gauge. As closure is the most critical operation, please note the slow speed of closure. Using this method, you will reduce the risk of burst mains and discoloration on the system.
The benefits of this training go far beyond reducing the number of network failures. By operating within the guidelines set out in this film, you will be preventing a whole host of problems. Using Calm Network techniques, you will be reducing the risk of injury to the operative, burst mains, leaks, cross-contamination and pollution. Your actions can even have a positive impact on you and your company. The water providers are regulated by Ofwat, who set their targets and score their performance. One way of doing this is the Service Incentive Mechanism, commonly referred to as SIM. SIM monitors all aspects of customer disruption based on complaints received. Another important measure is serviceability, where the providers are monitored on the number of burst mains, leakage, and customer interruptions they have each year. Failure to meet these targets can result in penalties, huge fines, and reduced funding. But by maintaining a calm network, you can positively contribute to achieving those targets. In the future, water providers may introduce penalties to recover costs from leaks and burst mains. So, by adopting this professional approach to your work, you will reduce the risk of financial penalties to you and your company and protect your own employment. Today's training has been provided by Supply UK Water Services Training Division. Water Services Training Division is part of the Supply UK Group, an industry infrastructure of specialist support divisions, Survey and Laser, Hire Shops, Asset Plus, and Force 3. Our nationwide delivery service, in conjunction with our bespoke on-site service centres, bring a coordinated host of services direct to your door. This film has been sponsored by Aquacheck Engineering. Aquacheck Engineering is the manufacturing arm of Supply UK. Aquacheck provide RAS-approved brass and cast iron check valves and a full range of water tools. Whatever your requirement, Aquacheck provides competitive quality products through the Supply UK network. You will shortly be asked a series of interactive questions based on what you've seen today. We hope you found this short film helpful and informative. Remember, keep safe, keep the network safe, and keep other users safe.